Good morning, afternoon or evening, and welcome to another 0AD Alpha 23 replay commentary analysis. This week we'll be featuring me, and yep, that is me, and I'll be playing Daniel the King, as I've just christened him. It's a good nickname. Anyway, I'm rated at the time 1540, and I was playing as Ptolemies. Daniel's Carthaginians, which he drew on random, and he also used a mod which made his rating show up as 1200, even though it was actually about 1620. So, strange thing, but never mind. Enough of that. Why don't we just get straight into the game? So welcome into the game. In the north, in the yellow, we have Daniel King. He is playing as the Carthaginians, as we've established. He drew them on random, so he got a bit unlucky. Archer Civilization's not the best, but he's gone for a fairly standard build order, as you can see. Smart work to collect the berries while looking for the ultimate. Not the ultimate's not really the right word, but the best location. Optimal, that's what I meant, the optimal location for his farmstead. And he's gone as well with a relatively close storehouse, and he's sent of his 6 women, 2 have come to gather berries. Oh no, 3 make that, and he's got another 3 there go. 3 to berries, 3 to wood. I've gone for my very standard build order in here, so I've found a location towards the back that I'm happy with. I've got my 6 women that first spawned doing that. I've got the other 3 that popped out since have gone to here, and then I'm going to get 4 skirmishers, and I'll send those to the back. So that means that here there will be, so one of these I believe will actually go on and make houses. Someone will make houses down there, I would hope. There we go. You can see it. And the other 4 will come down here, and they will do a they'll offer some protection of any kind of early raids. I mean, we've also got my little guy who should be checking out everything. He's got stuck here. He should have gone all the way around, so he's gone around the base to give me an idea of what's going on, but then I've forgotten to do something with him, so that's not very good. Not very good at all, is it? Okay, so I'm 1 person up at this stage. Obviously, the advantage that you have with Ptolemies is that you don't need wood for houses, so you can spend that wood on upgrades earlier on. So as you'll see, I got the berry upgrade, even though there wasn't really a huge, it wasn't like I had extra berries. Oh, I did have extra berries, ignore that. And let me have a look. Yeah, and I'm fully aware of that, so that's probably actually why I got the berry upgrade. I mean, I would have got it anyway, to be completely honest, because it's just, why not? It helps you to boom a little bit more quickly. And he's like firing people, so no upgrade there, no berry upgrade either. He's got 12 people now on the berries, needs to start moving to farming relatively quickly. We're pushing, what is it, 2.5 minutes in, so I should start moving to farming very shortly. But actually that's been delayed this time, so ordinarily would have gone to farming, but all of these additional peacocks mean that instead of going for farming, I've just thought, well, let's get some camels and then see if we can get those camels to do something a bit handy as well in terms of doing some raiding, particularly against this against the Carthaginians. The only difficulty we can have with that with kind of rate is that he has got archers, so he can fire back at exactly the same distance. So he's managed to make a bit of a mistake there. So although we're level on population at the moment, chances are, his food is at 200. So interesting to kill off the farmstead actually to get this in a nicer location. So smart little move, something worth learning from there. So he's got his field now right next to the civic centre, which it wouldn't otherwise have been. I believe that would have got him some loot as well, but I'm not 100% certain on that, so we'll have to wait and see. But you can see he's already produced a lot of oh my word, why am I completely losing my ability to speak? He's used a lot of his archers already moved out of here, so that means that he's going to be in a good, strong position to defend himself. So down here, I'm marginally ahead in population, not hugely. Only got a couple of fields at this point, and I'm making the transition to getting some metal. So the idea being that with having the metal, I won't need to have as much food, because I can commit more people to getting wood as the skirmishers that will have half of their food cost substituted with metal. So that's the plan there. And at this point, I'm starting to move slightly ahead in population, which is good. And this is a standard move actually from Daniel. He's brave in that sense. He likes to build like a little pathway using barracks. So barracks do get a lot more. They claim a lot more territory than other buildings. So you see this farmstead hasn't adjusted the territory there at all. But once this is built, you'll see his territory will start to expand. It just allows him to build his storehouse a bit closer to these trees. So it's good for that. Also, it's good for reinforcing as well. So he'll be able to get people out to here rather than them going all the distance. Every time someone spawns, they have to walk from the civic centre. The people that are cutting down trees here will just come directly from there, so it makes them ever so slightly quicker. And now it's time for my camels to go and check out a bit more of the map. So what you will have noticed, or maybe you haven't noticed, but might well have done. If you look at my side of the map, where are the mineral resources? There just aren't any. So there's this metal and some stone here, and there's also a little bit of stone there. But if we look at Daniel's side of the map, here we have metal, here we have metal, here we have metal. Here we have metal. So he's got like 4 things of metal, and I've got one that's very vaguely might be considered on my side of the map, but actually I don't think it is. I think it's just on his side. So it's been a bad draw for me in that sense, particularly as I'm going to need metal. And so a really important thing is going to have to be working out a way to get something to make something of that, because at the moment I'm at a massive disadvantage in terms of that being one of my key resources that I require and not having any on my side of the map. And the way that is dealt with is going to be critical to the outcome of this game. So if I can find a way around it, so set up a trade route, or maybe try and claim one of his metals, then there's a chance. So let's have a look. We've got a little attack going on here. These guys are archers though. Let's see how many of them there are. 11 archers. They're not going to... This guy's going to die, isn't he? One died, so we got 1 each, but his archers were in sufficient numbers that they were able to deal with that. So looking at things, I've now got... If I get as far enough to see that metal's there, then it makes it clear that this is a critical area. And unfortunately, I got sidetracked. Well, I got excited by a bit of food. So moving to phase 2, which is pretty early. And Daniel seems to be quite a long way from going to phase 2. But it's going to be very important that zoom through the phases to try and get an advantage, because this is just going to be horrific. And I need to get a military colony really around this area to try and do that very, very early. It's a shame. Yeah, look at that. Oh, agonizingly. Yeah, this is why you should check the entire map. Make sure you're always checking the whole map. Don't just check a bit of the map, because now not knowing where those extra metals are is going to be absolutely critical. The other thing is there could have been stuff actually all around here, and I've not looked at that. So that is something which is, yeah, hopefully you'll learn from. Do not do that under any circumstances, because that makes a massive difference. So in terms of population, we're now level. How many fields do I have? I've got 7 fields. He's got 9, and he's building another barracks as well. So he's just producing archers really at a phenomenal rate, doing a really good job. He's actually gone ahead in population. So because he's stayed at phase 1, he's been able to put those resources into his population, which I've not done, but I now need to really up my speed here and get things moving, get another barracks, and also if we can get a military colony up as soon as possible and get that into a good strategic location where it will get more things. So as it stands at the moment, knowing this information, it's probably going to go up around there. But yeah, if I'd only spotted a bit more of his thing. I mean, he has done really well with resources. Look at the mineral resources all around his territory. It's about as good as he could get, as he could hope for. It's something that need to make more of. So he's still phase 1. I'm now moved 15 pop clear, trying to get these guys moving. It's really plow on. I've got all the upgrades. Have we got another barracks going up? No. So yeah, I've been a bit slow in that sense. I got to phase 2 really quickly, and then haven't built the other buildings, which could have done very quickly. Actually had sufficient population and sufficient resources to just probably plow straight onto phase 3. So I could have been at phase 3 at the point when Daniel's still just maybe hitting phase 2. So that's poor as well. That's something which definitely should have been improved. So now we're finally with got a reasonable amount of wood, getting these guys going. So how many have we got here on that? I've got 13 collecting there and 13 collecting the metal and the wood. So this just gives us a little bit more territory, but you can see the way he's built this this little pathway. It's quite an interesting process. It really does claim quite a lot of the map, but once this goes up, that should change things and gives me a real advantage. But it's if I'd been a bit braver, I don't know whether these guys could have potentially gone a little bit further away. One of the things to bear in mind when you are playing Archer Civs is that they will find it quite difficult to dislodge you if you can get something here, because they've got nothing that can really launch any kind of attacks. So had I managed to get like a military colony up in this kind of area, it would be very, very difficult for him to dislodge that at phase. That when he's still at phase, he's just gone to phase 2. Okay, these guys just need to come back in and get into the tower. And look, he's keeping his guys just away from the tower, and the other ones need to come and get into there. But they're all kind of stumbling over each other, and these guys should take a fair few hits. So we've got a tower, the market, and now a temple going up. What does he have in terms of his phase 2 building? He's got 0 of them, so he needs to start doing that. What he is doing very well, though, is just building these barracks up and making sure that he just keeps training. And that's the thing. So we need one more building, and then I've got the resources to go straight to phase 3. So get that last building up, do it now, and they're not. Here we go. Is this it? Yes, it is. Blacksmith finally going up. A little bit late. As I say, this could have all happened about 3 or 4 minutes ago. And had that been the case, I'd be in a really, really strong position now. But as it is, certainly, yeah, nowhere near as strong a position. Plus, I've only got this one barracks, so need to really get our barracks up. So, with any luck, yeah. But at least that was quick. So got that going. Let's have a look. Now I'm seeing a bit more of the map. Now I'm aware of this thing, so really should be looking to see, can I get a get some more metal. We've got one barracks going up there, another one, and then so this would at least push us forward. So now we've got a large number of barracks going up. Need to get, how much metal do we have left? 1,000. That's nowhere near enough. So I need to really should have started thinking about how I'm going to get myself progressed to. Well, phase 3 is just around the corner, which is good. But how is I going to progress to getting some additional metal and starting to take command of the map? So that's going to be the big. Thanks. We've got some slingers, skirmishers, slingers, skirmishers coming, which is all well and good, but where's the metal coming from? Also, let's just have it gone to phase 3. Can I get a... Yep, the elephant hero is on the way, who's going to make the... I forgot what they're called. All the mercenaries that much cheaper, just getting bartering now. Now it's going to be a case of with virtually neck and neck, get the fortress up. Actually, as he's still at phase 2, this would have been got a slightly higher, larger number of infantry. Get these guys in, and let's start. Okay, I'm going to get the library, which will make my upgrades a bit cheaper. So that's going up, but I'm not sure that's such a good idea because it is delaying things. And I still haven't secured this metal, which is, especially as I've now got 150 left. And these guys as well, what are you all doing? Travelling such distances, let's get, in fact they could have come out here to get this thing ready. So that's poor. Let's have a look now. So he's going to fly through the upgrades, presumably. He's got 2 of those 5 barracks. Who have we got here? Actually got, with all of these guys, if we're getting the armor upgrade, this is probably actually sufficient to start. I can probably take over this this tower at the very least. But again, not really sure what's going on there. Finally got this going, and we've got these other guys going off to presumably build a military colony out here. Yep, there it is, to claim this metal, but I need to get more metal as well. So we're both at basically max pop, and unfortunately I've got 2 elephants and I'm housed. Well, I'm not housed, I'm actually at max pop, so I need to kill off some of these women to allow those elephants to spawn. Oh, that's just... Yeah, that... So these elephants are going to take 52 seconds. I've now allowed him to get to phase 3 when there was absolutely no need to do so, because the elephants are stuck. I mean, on the whole, the actual the build-up so far hasn't been horrific. It's little mistakes like that. That's just, they're still sat there. God. Wow, I can just imagine if I was watching this game being played by someone else at the time, I'd be probably screaming at my computer now, like, kill off some of your female citizens, for God's sake, you've got... Oh, and that's even worse. I'm spawning things. How many? Only the... Oh no, 4. Could probably get another barracks or 2. Also going to need to start working out how I'm going to get to this stone, because very, very short of stone. Got these little bits as well, and I've got an elephant coming in down the side, and you know what they're like. Oh, this is so annoying. Yeah, we're going to take out this most useless of buildings. Could take out some of the houses, which would have the dual purpose of creating a pathway through and also costing him houses, but instead take out a storehouse that's of no value whatsoever. Brilliant. So that is under attack. Going to get some more metal now. And if we got this end, but taking advantage of that thing, going to try and deny him this. This still isn't building. Oh my word. Okay, in this fight at least we're going to start to see something happen, but that in itself, oh my god, that's just... And they still aren't training. Oh my god. Is he even going to get one of the houses? Being shot by God knows how many things, so at least one house is going to go. Had that been rather than just a single elephant, 3 elephants for instance, that might have done something. These still aren't doing. I must have lost enough people surely for these two. Oh, it keeps, because there's 6 and these are 4. So still no elephants. So I'm throwing more and more soldiers into this, but achieving absolutely nothing because the elephants, oh, and they're waving. Don't wave. They're waving at a barracks instead of actually getting in there. So I've got a load of swordsmen that if they stopped waving at barracks, it's one of the most frustrating things I think that the game has, that decision there. These people could have actually slaughtered probably the majority of these archers there, but instead they just stood there waving for a few minutes, and now they're completely overwhelmed. So so he is running low on wood, and that's one of the things that... Oh, and finally my elephants are done at the point where they're absolutely useless because they've got no support whatsoever. These guys, again, they're like not got 20 things. So what do I have in terms of metal? Okay, we need to get some stone, and these guys are getting stone together, but it's not ideal, has to be said. Right, and I don't... what am I at? 153, so I could actually get a load of catapults together if I could just get some more stone more quickly. So what would the price of stone be at this point? The price of stone isn't bad at all, especially for wood. Wow. Should just go for... I should have bought some stone for definite, because this is far too slow. There's plenty of wood out there. What do we have here? These guys going down the side, trying to create something. He's not putting anything yet. Oh, I've got catapults coming. I've got a load of healers. Got more healers here. So there's 5 in there. Another 5. Got that. Got both of the armor upgrades. Got upgrades. We're looking good. Oh, and I've sent these guys. So I've got some cavalry, Lancer cavalry, I think. Yep, and that's been oh, they've run straight into a group of... Are they even going to get one of these guys? Not run straight into a group of of spearmen. So it could cause problems there, but the fact that they're managed to pick of all the groups, every other group has got no spearmen in it, and they end up going for the one with spearmen. Oh, and need to do a bit of a push here. They've got that. These are... Oh, they're on the barracks, not on this. That unbelievable. Okay, so we've got another push through the centre. Going to take over this barracks, but he's got his catapults. He's going really heavily for catapults now. These guys are going to take a hell of a beating from his thing. So we've got them pull back. So it's there, but the range of these catapults is not going to hit this tower. It's unbelievable. They've been set too far back. And he's coming forward, so this should be very, very defendable. But it looks like it's they're running to their deaths. And let's have a look. Still got 5 healers stuck in there. These guys need to come back. What on earth are they doing? Oh, they've actually unpacked, but then not done anything useful, which is really, really strange. They unpacked, but then just they packed and then unpacked again immediately, exactly the same place, which is of no value whatsoever. And he's now got 5 catapults who will be coming for him. They're in the so I've only got 2 catapults. I'm down to 164. He's got a much better population, and this has gone from a very, very strong position to an awful position very, very quickly. And once those elephants spawn, that's the end. And there it goes. Given I could probably have played on there, but the reality was the tables had turned, and I'd just run out of metal again. So I think at that point it was like, well, there's no more metal on my side of the map. He's now got complete control over all the mineral resources. What can you do? So yeah, a game where it was. I mean, this is the thing. If you have a look at the charts. So total score, yeah, well ahead for a while. Economy score stayed much the same. Then he had a brief period where he kind of got there, but became again very similar. Military was ahead. So if we look, it's only at the very after. Bearing in mind that this is 16 minutes in, so at the point that if they go for the phase, does it tell you, does this actually work? It doesn't say what point you got to phase 1 and phase 2. So you can see I got loads of, did I get more upgrade? I got the same, I got really similar upgrades. He got sentries, which was good, but we got very, very similar upgrades, very little difference. He did get the last upgrades for the minerals, which I didn't get, but then I had no minerals to collect, so it wasn't really such an issue. But yeah, let's go back to the chart, see what it doesn't. That chart's useless. It doesn't tell you what time you actually got to phase 1 and phase 2. But I was at phase 2 after about so I could have gone to phase 3 very, very early on, probably about 13 minutes, if I'd done that a bit more quickly, and that would have been a very different game, and could have attacked that. The fact those elephants got stuck as well was just annoying in the extreme. But anyway, that was that. It was a game that was one that I really think I should have won, even with the issues with the minerals being divided up. And I think that's something that I really learned from this game, and I hope that you learn as well, that when the map is not on your side, don't sit there and moan about it. Because I remember at the end of this game, I was like, oh, what the hell could I even have done? I had no minerals on my side of the map. I was screwed. So, well, no, take advantage, not take advantage of such, but make the best of a bad hand. Work out how you're going to get those minerals, and then if you get them, then you're actually in a very strong position attacking your opponent as well. And I could have done that very early on. A military colony out claiming one of those metals would have put him under huge pressure very early, and didn't do it. So live and learn. Hope you enjoyed that. Take care, and I'll see you in a week. Obrigado e adeus.